Starting over sucks, but sometimes it's necessary. Hey lovelies, it's your girl Swan Creator bringing to you a brand new video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Swan, I'm a Trimegonian artist that like to draw dark skin, thick thighs, big hips ladies like me. And if you're not new here, what is up, home skillet biscuits? Okay, lovely. So what you see before you here is I am repainting an old painting of mine. I do not recommend you do this, at least not often, because it's good to look back at your old art and see how much you've improved, or maybe even give you an idea like to redraw to see how much you've improved as well, you know? But I was feeling to paint on a round canvas, and this is the only round canvas I have access to. And I told myself when I painted the original painting that I will repaint this because look at it, it's beautiful. I like it. I was not into acrylic painting as much back then, but I was so proud of how this came out. But now it's time for a refresh, time for an upgrade. So I sketched out some ideas. I wanted to keep it the original theme about a girl with flowers, but I couldn't choose. So I asked Instagram. They want no help. So I asked the boss man being my nephew, which one he liked, and he... Between this one and this one, which one you like more? That one? Yeah. Okay, thank you. And he chose the one that I painted. And yeah, looking back, that was the best option. I still might paint the others when I get access to more round canvases. So that's the backstory to this painting, and I'm really happy with how it came out, but I also felt bad, and one of the reasons I kept putting off repainting it, even though when I did the original video I was like, I'm going to repaint this at one point, but I don't like starting over. And it just, I don't know, it's because when we grew up, our parents used to put the fear of God of making mistakes. So when you do something, you're supposed to get it right on the first try. I don't know if it stems from that. I don't know, I'm not a psychiatrist. But every time I'm drawing, even if I'm not ready for the day, even if a drawing is not going my way, I will either crumple the entire paper and totally forget it ever existed, or I'll be like, I come this far, let me continue. And I will either continue with the illustration and then it will magically turn beautiful. Sometimes that happens. It's weird how much that happens. Or I will have times where I hate every single step that I'm doing, and I keep saying, I've reached this far. I've reached this far. Let's keep going. I've reached this far. I can keep going. And then I'll watch the illustration and I'll be like, thanks, I hate it. And this could have all been avoided if I had started over. You know what made me stop doing okay, I don't stop, but the frequency at which I do it has lessened. What stopped me? It was something so simple. So simple, it's embarrassing. I was watching a Drawing with Waffles video. I met her. I hope she's doing well. And she was drawing an illustration and she was getting frustrated with the sketch. And she finished the sketch. She put in the details and everything. And she stepped back and she was like, I don't like how this is. So instead of getting a new paper to start over, you could never guess what she did next. She picked up her eraser and erased the entire illustration. Mind blown. I know. I'm making a big deal like, oh my God, she just rubbed it off. But I'm telling you, even though I know that was an option, it was an option I never took up for myself. It's so dumb. Like, the eraser is literally right there. I would do it for like, oh, I made that one line not the way I like it, I'll erase that. But it never occurred to me to like erase an entire illustration. Even when I am doing digital illustration, if I've reached a point, I'm like, whatever. But like, I have unlimited edits in digital, yet I limit myself. Make it make sense. So also, another fear of starting over is that what if when you start over, it isn't as good as the bad drawing in the beginning and it's worse? Listen, I think that's my thing with digital art. When I start an illustration and I'm like, I don't like how it looks, but what if I redraw it and it looks bad? Because it happened. Get a new layer and start over. That's my tip. That's what I do. I've had like 2 to 3 layers of different base sketches before I choose one, and then I delete the rest. Okay? So I need to remember that it's okay to start over. It sucks. Your feelings are valid. Starting over sucks. But sometimes it's necessary, because the next one could be great. It can also be bad. Take the gamble. Just in that area, gambling in itself, it's very tricky, it's very rocky. Control yourself. That's that extra tip for you. If you think about it, this advice doesn't just apply to art. It can also apply in real life, because starting over in general is terrifying. So think about if you didn't know what you wanted to do and you took the default, which is usually business, and then you find out what you want to do, but you're like 26, almost finished business school, and you realize you want to be a baker. Do you quit cold turkey and go into baking school? Or do you be like, I'm almost finished with school? Starting over seems terrifying. Like, I almost reached the finish line. Wouldn't it make more sense to finish what I'm doing? Now, to me, yes, it makes more sense to finish. You almost finished. Why won't you finish? But at the same time, when you reach that finish line, are you going to use the skills that you just acquired? Okay, so I did business in college. Well, I think in America they'll call it high school, but here it's called college. So I did business in college because I had no idea what I wanted to do. I did A-levels because, again, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I then found that I wanted to do graphic design, and I enrolled in university to do that. But then in university, I was surrounded by a bunch of creative people, and I just found myself drawing. Before that, I was just doing doodles. I was drawing eyes and light bulbs in my sketch. Well, not in my sketchbook, in my school book, when I'm supposed to be taking notes, I'll be drawing eyes and light bulb. My teachers used to call me out about that all the time. Oh, I used to also draw hats. I didn't start drawing until I was 20 something. I was in my mid-20s when I started drawing. Yeah. Oh wow, mid-20s. I'm in my 30s now. I haven't been drawing long. Oh wow. Wow. I've improved a lot. Now me having a realization in the middle of this topic. Wow, I really haven't been drawing long. It hasn't even been 10 years. Wow, I haven't even reached 10 years since I've been drawing. Wow. Now me having another realization. Anyhow. But starting over could seem daunting because I've already had the skills to do business. Then I've had the skills to do graphic design. But the thing about doing the graphic design, I finish it and it does apply to what I do right now, so that's a benefit for me. But let's say you're in school to be a doctor, and when you're halfway through doctor school, you realize you want to be a lawyer. Is those skills transferable? The short answer, no. The long answer, yes. Because when it comes to medical cases, you have an inside of I overthink things. Okay, let's go back to starting over. It can seem scary, but it's a necessary thing. Okay? If you want to be an artist and you're in your 30s, is it too late? No. Life expectancy has expanded. Okay, guys, it's not too late. There's this woman who started when she was in either her 50s or her 60s, and she became successful at it. But shouldn't be the goal, right? If you want to be successful, cool. If you want to create art, even if other people don't like it, but it brings you joy, do it. It's never too late. I want to start crochet. It seems so daunting, and I watch people doing crochet online, but I'm like, people learned that when they were young. Starting now seems so but no, so much of the artists I follow, they're starting now, so I'm going to start now too. That's not starting over, but that's like starting new. This is a different topic. I'll research this more and talk about it later. This is just a message to say that starting over in any area, like if you're in a relationship and you feel it's hard to start over in a new one, even though the current one is either toxic or just isn't working out for you, but it's comfortable, you know how to navigate it, so you stay. No, starting over is scary. Starting over is daunting. But if you continuously having thoughts of starting over, you probably should, because starting over is scary, but sometimes it's necessary. Okay, guys? It's necessary. So see how in your life, how starting over, how the fear of starting over, starting afresh, going back to the finish line is stopping you from starting something new, from doing something over, or from just moving on in general. It's easier said than done, because I'm giving you advice that I'm not following. But you know what? Pinky swear. I'll combat my fear of starting over, if you will. Pinky promise? We promise now. We locked in, guys. Okay, so I'll leave you to the painting, and I'll see you at the end. Hey lovelies, so I wasn't happy with how the final of the painting looked, so I did some tuning off camera, and here it is. The thing is, I love it. I love how it came out. I don't know what. I have this new obsession with my traditional art where I take my Posca markers and I add these light colors on the light side of the art and dark colors on the dark side where the shadow is supposed to be. And I love it. But something about me, the artist in me telling me that it's too busy. It is too busy. But yet somehow when I look at it, it brings me joy. So if that's not art, I don't know what is. So therefore, I love it so much. I don't know. I know it's busy. But for some reason, I love it. I love it so much. Look at her. Oh, can't wait to put this up on my wall. So thank you, lovely, so much for watching this video. And I don't recommend repainting every artwork you have because it's sometimes good to look back of what you did and be like, wow, I've improved a lot. And this painting says that because the original painting here, I was proud of even back then I wasn't. I was like, I know I'm going to repaint this sometime in the future. And I did. And I'm so happy with this. She looks so cute. Ugh, I just angle her away from the sun. And I love this. Okay, lovelies. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Bye. Bye.